A fun hiking trip can quickly turn uncomfortable or even dangerous if you don't have the proper clothing. Today I'm going to be giving you some tips and show you some of my go-to clothing so that I have a great hike. You can start to prepare by knowing the weather forecast, which of course you can get by going to yourcentralvalley.com. Oftentimes in the Sierra, it can be anything from unseasonably hot to very chilly and even get afternoon thunderstorms. The key is to be prepared for anything. So as I'm preparing for a hike, I like to go through a checklist of my body from head to toe. So starting with the head, I like to have some sun protection. So usually I'll choose a baseball hat, but of course in the cooler months, I like to have either a headband or a beanie. Also, we tend to get very bad mosquitoes in the spring and summer in the Sierra. So I like to pack this very fashionable bucket hat that has built-in mosquito netting. Now let's move down to the eyes. Even if I'm wearing a baseball hat, I still like to have a pair of sunglasses. And I particularly like the sportier ones with the rubber nose piece so that if you start to sweat, they're not always sliding down your face. And again, they're not necessarily the most fashionable, but they do the trick. Now let's work our way down to our hands. Is it cold enough for gloves? I tend to pack gloves anytime the temperature is only going to be around 50. It does tend to feel very cold if you get some clouds around or if the wind picks up. I also will pack my mittens anytime there's snow on the ground, and those help to keep my hands nice and toasty. Now down to your main clothing. Polyester, wool, and nylon are great materials to look for when you're choosing your clothes. They're breathable, they wick moisture, and they dry very quickly. And wool in particular doesn't pick up much of an odor. What you want to do is stay away from cotton. It does not dry quickly, and that can actually put you at a risk for hypothermia in colder months. Now what you choose for undergarments is your personal preference. It's just a good idea to stay away from cotton. Seamless, however, is a great way to go to prevent chafing. Now let's move on to the base layer, which you can wear either for sun protection or for warmth. So they do come in different weights, lightweight to heavyweight. I tend to only wear a base layer when it's cold outside, and my go-to set is this heavier wool set, and I typically really just wear this when I'm backpacking. Now let's talk about what to wear on top in the summer months. I personally typically choose a tank top, but today I've chosen this wool t-shirt, and it's really been my go-to for backpacking. In fact, I went on a 5-day backpacking trip, and I can tell you that this really did suppress the odors for those 5 days. Now let's move on to the bottoms. Again, this is all really going to be your personal preference. You can choose to hike in pants, shorts, or even what I have here, these convertible pants, which actually zip off to become shorts. Pants will offer you more sun protection, bug protection, and also protection against scratches from bushes. But of course, if it's really hot outside, you might want the airflow and choose shorts. I personally do enjoy hiking in something that's more like yoga pants, like what I'm wearing today. I really enjoy the fact that they're more flexible. They're just a lot more comfortable when you're out on the trail. Now let's work our way down to our feet. We'll talk about socks first, and I just love hiking in my wool socks. And whether you choose a shorter pair or a taller pair, that's your personal preference. I tend to like the shorter ones that come up just above my shoe. But I also wear my longer socks, my taller socks. Those are really more for snowshoeing or for nighttime sleeping when I'm backpacking. And finally, still talking about the feet, your choice in shoe is very important. And I suggest that you go to an outdoor retailer so that you can try on shoes that fit your particular foot, because everyone is so different. And some people like the high top boot, some people like the lower cut boot, some people want waterproof shoes. Again, it really just depends what you're looking for. I tend to prefer the lower top shoes, so I do like my hiking shoes. I also like to hike in my trail runners. And for myself in particular, I have never liked high top boots. Those for some reason give me blisters. So again, everyone's going to be different. You just have to find what works for you. Well, I hope you found this video helpful, and now you can be more prepared in terms of your clothing choices when you hit the trail. Be sure that you go to yourcentralvalley.com, go to the On the Trail section, and you can pick out your next adventure. I'm Lauren Wallace. Maybe I'll see you out on the trail.